mass lightning strikes, a pitch underwater, an abnormal build-up to the Roosters. Surely the biggest homecoming here since Bob Fulton's return nearly 50 years ago. Games for Manly, the most captain seagull of all time. And it'll be quite
a massive storm sweeping through the northern beaches, Dan, and Brookvale Oval. It looks a lot better than it was an hour and a half. The Roosters need to, well, they need some sort of response after being beaten 40-4.
Well, much has been made of what reception he'll get. We're about to hear it right now. The 138th time he comes out onto this park, and the first time not as a Manly Seagull. And the difference between he and Bob Fulton later. Daly is back pretty quickly. Tom Trbojevic.
The Newcastle Knights. Tom Trbojevic needs a game. I think he needs to turn the clock back to 2021. Luke Brooks will be hoping that he has a better outing than he did a fortnight ago against Newcastle.
Against the Roosters. Manly coming off a bye. Roosters copped it last week against it and gives it to Taniela Paseka. Similar conditions to when these two sides met last year. This is an astonishing start. Manly score on the second tackle of the night. He gets some space. That is just, well, that is amazing.
Manly do have a hit inside their 10 after Paseka was tackled, and then Saab runs 60 before linking with the Seagulls. Have done this before. What a start.
Well, Tom Trbojevic, he finishes off a wonderful movement.
Can you believe it? We've seen some quick tries.
What a refreshing doing across. Lara Pitt, hello to you.
Good evening, gents. I've traded the sideline eye gig for weather tour in the first half here. Only light at the moment, but let's hope the Lightning stays out to sea for the remainder of the match.
Indeed. We have to leave the arena. That's a real shame. But Taniela Paseka,
his ground there and just stood upright to meet the big man, and he is a giant, Taniela Paseka.
So Butcher, the way he's been laid out there, that's an obvious. Would not be shocked if that gets the Category 1 treatment. Well, this is just a disastrous start for the Roosters, conceding it to an awesome run. Unfortunately, it came at a cost. And Brandon Wakeham is the hooker, by the way. Brooks loses it. Well, just all happening here. Cherry Evans comes up with it.
Played Brooks, but just gets squeezed in between both defenders. Nafahu White and Seed
with the ball. And it's a great chance for Latoya. He and Billy Smith, first time they've bun the box. Now, Watson on the field. 6 more tackles. That came on tackle 4. Now it's Tedesco. He's a mud runner, James Tedesco. Roosters peppering the line. A crash play. Collins. Half a metre. Here it comes now from Walker over the top, and almost an intercept from Garrick, and it's going to give the Roosters 6 more tackles.
Roosters try looming there if that ball does get over the hands of Garrick.
Seems like more. Yeah, here they go again. There's Wong, or rather Toya, with a run running that hard long. Jerry Evans, the first receiver. On for Nafahu White. Oh, he runs straight over Brooks. He's been considered again. They're really going after Brooks. Brooks with the tackle.
Good tackle.
Short side, Cherry Evans back in field, a no-looker.
We've also got 10-metre action if this breaks down.
So we're going to be looking at a couple of things here. One of them.
Tedesco, the hands from Rob Toya. Siwa Wong first, and Rob Toya just very quickly shovels it out there to Nwanga, and just ducks himself into Luke Brooks. So I don't know if that's late. He does make contact with the head. And for the Harvey Norman, the hip of Luke Brooks collides with his head.
It's like a turtle. Nothing wrong with what the Roosters have done. Boy, Toya's got some skill. And now, I guess, getting a lot of touches and a lot of boos. Now a lot of advice. Well, how quickly they've had his old home ground. Nwanga brings it back. But it's come up pretty well. Lara Pitt, you've got some news on Egan Bush. Roosters following points. And Manly trying to avoid a third straight with. Wait. Future Rooster, Ruben Garrett. Plenty of distance on that. Tupou bringing it back.
It'll be an important part of Manly's game plan too.
Action. Now the chasers here might have a chance. They go. Looked like Toya was more just. Oh, that's quite remarkable, really. Garrick. Now the kick from deep. Slippery slide. That's a brilliant
stuff.
Now the Roosters threatening to spread, but Tupou just takes the tackle. Strong tackle from Fogarty. So Hopewadi, hit hard and falling. So if you're late to the game, second tackle of the game, Manly scrutinize. Wakeham. Just trying to work out what the crowd was saying about Jory Evans. He's the one going to Waze. Foxley. Just Crichton. Roosters, Jory Evans. Watson. Tedesco. Out it goes Toya. Ooh, he threatened the corner. So Roosters with the ascendancy in the run of play, you probably
in these conditions.
You're right, 73% completions this year. Worst completion rate in the class. Tedesco. On for Nwanganita-Waze. Keep peppering that right side.
That's three really good runs. Robert Toya and, of course, Tedesco linking with Nwanga.
Again, Fogarty strong and quick, but the pass comes away for Jerry Evans. Oh, and then he's dealt with, can't make an impression. The Roosters seem pretty comfortable here, just happy to keep Manly. So it leaves them resorting to spreads. And they're all over Kohler, one of the real danger men. Jerry Evans. Linking up with Walker. An extravagant dummy. Olakau'atu all over it. Loves to run. So from 30 out, it's the high kick, the end over end kick into traffic. And Jerry Evans. The shovel. Toya. Defence sliding across. Oh, Toya! He brilliant.
Toya did a great job. Just accelerated enough to drag in the defenders. I think he gets it.
It's a possibility that he hasn't got it down.
Yeah.
I guess we're certain.
Out, but no problems there.
Looks like a 4-pointer.
Winning the field position battle. They're forcing Manly to kick long out of their own end as we see Nwanganita-Waze almost scored off the back of the bouncing ball and then run to the side of the try line.
Now Walker got close last time. This one not as close. 8-6. 2 tries to 1 down this Bob Fulton stand end. And you give them enough ball, they will cash in.
And that was Trebojevic. Get a decent pass to that man. Tolu Kohler across him.
Wong have a big hand in the first try with Robert Toya. But that was beautiful.
Before he then took off. So pretty clever stuff from Robert Toya.
Splishing and splashing as now it's Wakeham taking a few steps. Onto Waddell. Here's Brooks out the back. Top beyond halfway. Now it's Ben Trebojevic. One of Manly's best in their disappointing performance against Newcastle.